Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Sekai Podcast. I am your host, Ichigo.
And I am your host, Mikan.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Join us this week as Mikan and I put our friendship to the test while we discuss Tomodachi Game. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Thanks so much for joining us and thanks for stopping by. So, this week we are going to be putting our friendship to the test
Mm.
while we discuss Tomodachi Game. For those that have not seen this anime, we will be giving out spoilers. So, if you're interested, go check it out and then come back to this episode. But for those that are interested, Tomodachi Game is a story about Yuichi. And just a quick synopsis, after raising enough money to join his friends on a school trip, Yuichi's money, along with the rest of the class, is stolen. And to make matters worse, he and his close friends have been abducted to play a debt repayment game, or else they'll be millions of yen in debt. The Tomodachi game will test their bonds with betrayal, secrets, and which means the most to them, money or friendship. So starting out, I actually really enjoyed this anime.
Mm.
I watched it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Came out, I believe, in 2022. And when I watched it, this was one of the few anime shows that it had me literally on the edge of my seat. I actually,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I actually thoroughly enjoy kind of mystery stories like this.
Okay, okay.
The only thing I will say is I watched it when it came out, so I had to rewatch it for this episode.
For a little review. Yeah.
Yeah, for our review. And so when I rewatched it, I will clearly say that there were characters that I distinctly remembered when I first watched it that I was like, okay, I like this person, I like this person. And this time around watching it, I was really like, okay, yeah, no, I can't fool with them no more.
Mm.
I couldn't. But I'm curious to know what you thought.
So, personally, I kind of already in the beginning assumed like who was who. Obviously, there was like a few twists in there
Mhm.
with some of the characters, which I didn't really expect, but it wasn't like crazy enough to the point where I was like, oh my God. And I felt like this was a little bit too wordy for me for my
Mhm.
typical like watch, but I do think it has like still continuous potential. Um my only gripe with it is that because I think I've seen a lot of anime similar to this,
Mhm.
like Liar Liar, Darwin's Game, what
Mm.
else? Gleipnir, I don't know how to say that. And then there's another one with a K, I forgot. But similar type of vibes. And I feel like a lot of them kind of did it better. That's why I was kinda like, well, I wouldn't put it all the way up there.
Mhm.
But also, I think my biggest gripe was probably that there was no stakes. And what I mean by that is this is just some random company just coming in and being like, "We're gonna give you this debt." I'm like, "Okay." So my life is not on the line, nobody's life is on the line. Like, there was no sort of danger in a sense until like literally the last episode, which that wasn't even the game per se. So
Yeah.
I was never like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen?" Like, "Oh my god, what if they get it wrong? Somebody's gonna die," kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was my only issue with it, where I didn't feel like there was enough fear. Because honestly, if I got the debt, I would just be like, "Okay, I'm not gonna pay this." You can give me the debt, but I'm not gonna pay it. Like,
Right.
what are you gonna do? Like, I don't know y'all. Like, I don't know you guys. Like, how are you gonna hold me accountable to this debt? This all just seems like some crazy people just coming in and kidnapping me. But other than that, though, I think like I did enjoy like the little twists they had and
Mhm.
how Yuichi would control everyone and do his little shady stuff. I was like, okay, Yuichi, I see you. I see you. And I really will say, like, already in the first episode, when they got taken and were deciding if they should do the game, and you know how Yuichi hesitated a bit and Manabu-kun, like, went on him, like, "You suspect your friends?" And then he goes, "Which one of you is the untrustworthy trash that Yuichi doesn't trust? You care more about money than your friends?" I was like, "Oh, okay. That's how we're gonna go through this. Okay, got it."
100% the instigator in the situation. Like, really?
Yes.
You're not gonna trust your friends? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? You should
I was like,
trust them.
Okay, Manabu-kun, like, alright." Already trying to build a wedge between everybody.
That's okay. That's was Manabu-kun's job. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not hating on it. But I will say the first time I watched this, it actually reminded me of like a light-hearted version of is it Pasona? No, it's not Pasona. Um shoot, what anime is that?
What kind of story is it?
It's kind of the same story except all the kids pretty much kill each other off and the bad guy is Shirokuma?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Danganronpa. There we go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Danganronpa. So it actually kind of reminded me of Danganronpa.
Mhm.
And I honestly felt like if Tomodachi Game was taking out their characters like Danganronpa was, it would be
Yeah.
more interesting.
Uh-huh.
That's how I felt more so this time around. I was like, okay, well, I know none of them really die.
Yeah.
So it is really a testament of friendship. I actually like the story itself because it made you think if I was in this person's shoes, would I do
Like
this
what?
to my friend?
Actually, I have something to say about that.
Oh no.
So, you know when they started the first game where everyone has to answer the question, but if even one person doesn't choose the same answer, it'll go different? Like,
Yeah,
it'll say no?
Kokori-san. Yeah.
All I could think of was if I went with a group of friends, it wouldn't be like a betrayal that messes us up. It'll be our stupidity. Like there's bound to be one question that not everyone knows the answer to or thinks they do and do it like do the answering wrong just because one of us is just dumb. Like all I could think about and laugh at was like that would be what would bring us down.
I mean, but he did Manabu-kun did tell them, like, "If you think this is the case, the majority rules." So,
Yeah.
the fact that everybody got a little card and it was like, "Well, your debt would be cut in half
Yeah.
if everybody answers no." Like, even if one person thought the answer to be yes, the fact that the coin still went to no, I was like, "Somebody is sabotaging this."
Yeah. Well, there was somebody sabotaging.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
obviously, but
In my friend group or, like, people I know, and, like, even me thinking of myself, I would probably be reading too into it and be like, make a mistake because I'm just that dumb or something, or, like, I'm so nervous or, like, stressed, I'm like, "Oh, no, no, that was wrong. I messed up because I'm stupid." Like, all I could be thinking was, "Who was it? I know one of you you're not out here to betray me, but who was the idiot who made the mistake? Who was it?"
I
Because
mean,
you can't discuss it. Like,
yeah.
we would absolutely fail because some person was like, "Oh, I was doing it wrong. I got the whole thing wrong."
Or, like, as soon as the coin would move, be like, "No, no, no. What are you doing?" That would actually probably get me out,
Mhm.
is if the coin moved, I would just look at everybody and be like, "Really?" Like, I
Yeah.
would forget that we're not supposed to talk.
Yeah. No,
Eh
I don't think I could hold back. Like, after the 1+1 question, I'd
Yeah.
probably be thinking, "Which one of y'all was the idiot who misunderstood the question or was just being stupid?" Like, which one?
Yeah, like, "Really? 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2? What's wrong with y'all? It equals 2."
Yeah, and honestly, at first I was thinking, because this is what I would be suspecting. I would be suspecting the game itself, because the person kidnapped me and my friends, like, how can I trust them? Before I start thinking about my friends betraying me, I'll be thinking about the game being rigged. I mean, I get it, this is done for, like, the plot, but honestly, my first reaction is, how can I trust an already shady game that I've been forced to play?
That's the cool thing about Yuichi's character is that he's like, "Okay, these games are shady. There's
Mhm.
loopholes that makes you get around these games. So Imma find all the loopholes and we're gonna get past these games, but we gotta figure out to do it together. My thing is, if you and I were to have played this game and it was just the two of us,
Mhm.
I honestly was thinking like, would we have made it to the third round together for the
I
hide and seek game?
I'm gonna be real, I can't think this far, like, when they were thinking the loophole after the loophole, like, I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest, I can't I'm like a one-track mind, I cannot think that far. I don't think I could I don't I don't think I could outsmart the game.
Well, I'm just thinking in terms of like if we had played just based off the rules that they had given us, rather than trying to outsmart the game. If
I
we got
guess.
kidnapped, I'm like, would we have made it to the third one? Because here's the thing, that second game tripped you up
Oh,
into,
you had to say something bad about
yeah, which
there
I
were
was
too many
like,
rules, though, that's what confused me, like, I
mm-hmm.
think I would just be so confused about there being, like, 10 billion rules that I'd be like, "I don't know how to do this, y'all, this is too much."
First and foremost, my whole thing would be if we got kidnapped to go to this Tomodachi game and it's just me and you, I'd have been like, "Girl, what debt you got that I don't know about?"
I'd be like, "Wait a minute, who did you sign us up for this? Like, what happened?"
Right.
Just
That would be my first thing. Now, if it is the group of friends that we had when we were studying abroad
Mhm.
together, us 5,
Oh, that would be interesting.
you know what I mean? Because we
That would
always hung
be
out,
oh,
like, there's only one person I would think that may have had the debt.
I know exactly who you're thinking.
And if
I could
that's the
see it.
case, I hate to say it,
Mhm.
but I would do whatever I can just to make sure my behind does not get stuck with that other person's debt. I'm
I'm right there
snitching.
with you,
I'm
but,
snitching.
I don't know if I could outsmart all these people in the game, and I
I
and
know
when
for a
they were
fact I
like
couldn't.
yeah, and then when they were like, "Oh, tell a secret," like, what is it? Say something bad about the person. I'm like, "Well, I like, how many things could I possibly say?" Like, most of them would just be like, "Oh, no, that's a lie," you know? I'm like,
Well,
"Okay."
I think that was also a testament as to like, okay, everybody should know everybody else's secrets, right? Like if
Mhm.
you guys claim to be as close of friends as you actually are, then there are no secrets between you
Yeah.
guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which in fact, every single friend group, just human nature. You may have a best friend. Like y'all, Mikan is my best friend. We talk literally every
Mwah.
single day.
Besties.
But there are still going to be some things that she probably doesn't know about me and vice
Mhm.
versa.
Yeah.
That's just part of human nature. Like, and I think the game is set up. The whole anime is set up as like you think you know your friends, but do you really know your friends?
Yeah.
Type thing.
And the thing was, I was also trying to think, I was like, "But what secret is so bad that if somebody else hears it, it'd be like, 'Oh my god.'" I don't think like, I'm thinking of, like, my secrets and other people's secrets.
Mhm.
Like, I don't really know a lot of things where people would be so ashamed to the point of like, "Oh my god, I can't why would you say" like, it's a lot of it is like, "Oh, yeah, that's not the good, but okay. Oh, well." But maybe that's just
Well,
my attitude, so I don't know about other people, but I think of their secrets and I'm like, "Oh, it's not really that crazy."
until you get to Yuichi's secret.
Yeah, that is that kinda secret is like, "Whoa, okay."
Okay, spoiler alert. We gonna tell y'all the secret. Okay, so here is your spoiler. If you ain't watched it yet, don't blame us. Okay,
It's too late for you.
so the spoiler is Yuichi has announced towards the end of the second game, which the second game they basically have to tell each other secrets in order to advance on the game board. So Yuichi has told a secret, which basically was a lie, saying his friend Shibe had murdered someone. Yuichi actually murdered 3 people.
3. Mind you, this man is in high school, middle school?
He's
Currently.
in high school. Now, the only thing about this anime that I'm like, I need to have a second two, season two, excuse me. I need to have a season two is I need them to number one expand because it kind of ends off on a cliffhanger. And then I really, really, really need them to explain what happened and how
Yeah.
Yuichi ended up taking
Killing 2
out
people.
yeah, like, no, not 2,
Or 3
3.
people, yeah. 3
Yeah,
people.
like, how and who was it? Like, who are these people? I have a feeling one might have been his mom, and
Mm.
the other person might have been that teacher in that
Mhm.
quick flashback that he had,
Yeah.
but I'm like, who's the third person?
I don't know.
Because they only
But
showed 2 people in that flashback.
yeah. I mean, but they were clearly gearing up for a 2nd season, so I'm pretty sure eventually
It's been 2 years. They need to go
I'm
ahead and release that 2nd
yeah.
season.
I mean, they usually take sometimes, some of these, like, take a really long time to have a
I'm
2nd
okay with
season.
that. Yeah, but if I found out if any of my friends
Mhm.
or even you had killed
Mhm.
3 people
I know.
and you didn't tell me, my first thought probably would have been the same as what is her name? Shiho. Where Shiho was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it must have been an accident. Like she didn't really mean to kill 3 people.
I
Like
mean,
there's
3 would have to be a and the thing is, the fact that you never told like, that's a huge secret, you know what I mean?
oh yeah, because you would obviously know. Matter of fact, I understand like y'all they don't fully explain it in the anime, but the way that it appears as you're watching the show is like he took out these 3 people while he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he himself has a flashback of a younger version of him with like blood on his face.
Yeah.
So why was this not in the news? Like this had to have been this is Japan we're talking about, okay?
That's why I
That would
think
have been in the news
it's
for a while.
and that's why I think it's, like, a special circumstance because, 1, he's not in jail,
Yeah.
um, and, 2, it was he could go about his life without carrying this weight, meaning, like, nobody knew it, that this happened to him.
Like it got swept under the rug, which makes me think like maybe this happened in an area where he's not currently, like he's not, let's say if it was a different prefecture or a circumstance where they considered it an accident
Yeah,
rather than him doing, I mean, that's the other thing we don't know is was it an
yeah.
accident? If it was an accident, was it, like what kind of circumstances led
What
to,
yeah.
you know, because he was technically a minor.
What I'm actually thinking is I don't think he actually physically killed somebody. I actually think because they talk about friendship and whatnot, and this is about Tomodachi. I think he knew somebody or friends of somebody, and there was some kind of circumstance in which it was not his fault per se, but like he might have been the catalyst for that happening.
I could see that. Or what I feel like would be even more interesting is if somehow, some way, he was linked to a previous Tomodachi game through his mom and that teacher,
Mm.
and maybe a third person.
Mhm.
And whoever that third person was spoke out against the Tomodachi game or told somebody about it.
Yeah.
And as a result, the teacher and his mom were quote unquote erased from society.
Mm. That would be interesting to see.
I need to get a season 2 because I need them to elaborate. But I also feel like even if they did make a season 2 and they elaborated on that particular part of his history, it's going to be anticlimactic. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
It's going to be well, the teacher was actually the bad guy and he was attacking the mom. And so, out of self defense, Yuichi went and took out the teacher. And then there was another innocent bystander. And so the police were just like, well, it was self defense. And they just kind of swept it up under the rug. I don't know. But here's the other thing Shiho's dad could have been involved in that, in which case
Yeah.
that's why nobody knows.
Yeah, no, he seems to be doing a lot of shady stuff. The thing is, the only way it would be really interesting if it turns out that in the end Yuichi is actually a bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only way it'll be like, "Oh." Other than that, it has to be like somebody else or it was an accident or it was like, other circumstances. Um, but who knows? Maybe they turn him
Oh,
into a bad guy.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, if they make a season 2, we'll see.
I'm
But
keeping my fingers crossed.
I think they will. I will say I did kind of enjoy all the messy love triangle business, and I feel like
Girl.
if that happened in any of my friendship, I would be telling everyone, "Please get yourself together because, like, I wanna go home." Like, I all this drama, like, we need to
Yeah.
go home, guys.
I would have been like, "Look, we can deal with this after we get out of this game. Okay? Don't harbor any feelings
Mhm.
right now. Like, we will discuss once we get out of here. Let's first try to figure out how to get out of the debt and get out of here.
Yeah.
We not dealing with this right now, y'all."
And Yutori, when it was found out that she was doing, like, compensating dating, she goes to, like, Yuichi like, "No, I'm a virgin, I promise." Like, I was like, "Girl, calm down. It's not that serious." It's
That
like, "Girl."
whole scene. Well, then they listed that, and then Shiho had plastic surgery,
Yeah.
and it was just one by another. The only person that I was like, "Y'all not listing anything bad that he did," and I really felt like he was a good guy, was Shibe.
Shiba, yes.
Shibe
He
was
was
like, "I'm pure. I didn't do anything. I'm
yeah, he's
just."
like, "You can reveal my secrets because I don't have any." And then they revealed, like, his dad, which honestly, I don't blame him. That's, like, not
That's not his
his
fault.
fault. But the
No.
thing is, every time Tenji just has to butt in, I was like, "Oh, it's definitely this man. This man, why is he talking so much?" You know?
Well, in the first couple of episodes was maybe the first 2 or 3 episodes when they are playing the, Kokuri-san game.
Yeah.
Another spoiler, guys. Woo! Here's your
Well, it's
spoiler
already too
alert.
late.
Mikan kinda gave it away a little bit, but the person who basically set up the Tomodachi game and basically betrays everybody is, Tenji. That okay?
I
Great.
wanted it to be Shiba. Honestly did because he's, like, the dumb one, and I do like it when they reveal that Shiba is too dumb, so no one has told them their secrets.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good idiot, I love that, but I kinda wanted him to be the shady one because I just like that, but yeah, no. Of course, it was the smart-looking, seeming one.
I wanted it to be Kokorogi.
Uh,
And the reason I say that is because she was so quick to play the innocent card
yeah.
that the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, wow, she's really sweet and innocent, like, this she can't be the mastermind." But I was
Mhm.
like, she actually would have been a perfect person to be the mastermind behind
Mm.
this because she knows that all the guys have a crush on Shiho, and so she could have easily just continued not continued, but, like, easily began to hate Shiho and wanted
Mhm.
to, like, completely mess up and ruin her life,
Mhm.
and somehow stole the money from Shiho and then put all of them in debt, and then was just exposing all these bad secrets about the other guys
Mhm.
to kinda mess up their relationship. So kinda like a Tenji in a sense, but just reversed based off of, like, female jealousy.
Yeah.
But this time around when I watched it, I was like, "Okay, look, you're annoying."
Who?
Kokorogi.
Oh, yeah, no, she
Sh
she did annoy me too.
it was too convenient for her to play that
Yeah.
cutesy role.
And she just, like, attached herself because she liked Yuichi so much. Also, I have to say, like, I don't know what it is, but Yuichi has some, like, next class riz because all these girls like him. I was like, "What's going on?" Like, every single girl in this show, and I loved it when Tenji was like, "The one I like is you, Yuichi." I just
Girl,
I thought that was so funny.
I was like, "You are lying. You need to get taken out of the game just for that lie."
And then they went down together. I was like, "Bro, what is happening?"
My gosh. Well, and then we find out that the whole reason Tenji has set up the Tomodachi game is
Yeah.
this is not actually his first time in a Tomodachi game. This is now his second time playing
Yeah.
the game. And he sets it up all because Shiho has messed up everything. She
Yeah.
messing up stuff in the shadows. That's why I have a feeling that the true mastermind behind everything is Shio and her dad.
Mhm.
And part of me
I could
feels
see
like
that.
they are working for the Tomodachi Game organization
That will
some
be
way,
interesting.
somehow.
Like, I also had a question. You know when the new girl joined in, for the next game? And
Maria?
you Yeah, why did Yuichi keep asking her, if she was a girl? Like, he said it more than once. Like, I'm like, "Isn't once enough? You had to be certain?"
No, no, no. So this was before she joined, before they see her. He says, "Is it a girl?"
Yeah.
And Manabu-kun was like, yeah, why? Okay, great, she can join." And the reason he says that, he explains it later in the episode.
Yeah, because
The
he knew
reason
he wanted
he said
to
that
use
is
her, but
because, yeah, he wanted she would be basically an easy target because you got a whole bunch of group of guys, and they're all high
Mhm.
school boys.
Yep.
So, he literally goes, "Is she a girl and is she pretty?" And the answer to those questions was yes, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, great. I found a way to mess up their little connections."
Yeah.
Because what you see a lot in anime is you see that female character messing up the male friendships because these 2 guys have a crush on the same girl.
Yeah. My question is, he just directly "Are you a girl?" It's like, what?
Yeah. Can we just talk about how he pushed her off of a cliff
Yes.
with no hesitation?
Mhm. Gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm just wondering if our little friend group from Study Abroad,
Mhm.
if there's anybody in that friend group that would push me off of a cliff to be a distraction. And I feel like I wanna say no, but the other part of me is that one person that's stuck in my head may not throw me off a cliff to be a decoy, but would definitely throw me under the bus to be a decoy.
The mentality of, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. I could
Yeah.
see that.
Here's the other thing. Yuichi is messed up for leaving Tenji for days without
Yeah,
food and
this man
water.
was starving, bro. He was, like, on the brink of death.
He was hallucinating. That's the step. I felt
I
like that would have been the step before death.
The thing is, the delusional trust that Yuichi had in this man, and for Tenchi not to push it, like, what? I didn't really get that part. I was like,
I would have
"Oh?"
pushed it.
I probably would've too.
I would have ended the whole game. It'd been like, y'all not finna leave me. I've been in this little cave for 3 days with no food, no water.
For real. I'm like, "I don't care about the debt. I'm not about to die for this stupid game."
My thing is, why couldn't they give them time to at least get some food? I mean, I guess it doesn't add to the appeal of the game, but why couldn't they give them time as they were trying to find a hiding spot? They could have easily ran to go get him some food so that he had enough food and or water while he was sitting in that cave waiting to be found.
Yeah, see, that's what kinda threw me off. Well, not that specific, but, like, the I guess you could say the stakes, like, so are they trying to, threaten their life or not? Because in the end, like, the last episode, obviously, it was a little next level, which kinda threw me off, and I just didn't know, like, how serious this game was, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm like, "Are they?" Because they try to starve him, obviously. I'm like, "Are they trying to, like, will they kill somebody for this game or will they not?" I really didn't get it, and in the end, they came in like, "Oh, yeah, we're not that bad," like, kinda, like, saving them from the other people pretending to be the Tomodachi game. I was
Mhm.
like, pick a side, y'all. I don't get it. Either you're gonna be next level or you're not."
Well, I don't think the goal for them is to take anybody out. I think the goal for them is to mess up human relations.
Yeah, but you're out here nearly
Starving
trying to
people to
starve
death.
this person.
But they've got all the cameras and everything. So I think the moment that I think they
He's
what
about
they
to
were
die.
doing, yeah, I think they were relying on him to press the button. And so
Mhm.
I feel like if it were an even worse situation, they probably would have gone in and saved him and then just
Yeah,
forced him to press the button. Like if you get saved at that point, you give up because you got saved, is what I'm assuming, but I don't know.
yeah. I don't know, I also felt like the last episode was just kind of came out of nowhere,
It felt
suddenly.
rushed.
Yeah, like they were trying to finish everything, but also raise the stakes just for like a final thrill. But I already know, I'm like, this is like a different group of people. I just don't understand why suddenly you want to put this all in the last episode. Like, what was going on there? That really threw me off.
Well, that random group of people, I was like, where did y'all even come from? Like,
Yeah.
nobody was talking about a fake Tomodachi game, people who's like going around just abducting people. Like, nobody said anything. So the
Yep.
fact that they just came out of nowhere, I was like, no, nobody brought y'all up.
Yep.
Now, the only thing that would make me think something, excuse me, not something, someone brought them up was when they ran into Shiho's dad again. And he made
Mhm.
that comment like, you don't want to mess with this
Mhm.
because not only could you be in danger, but your loved ones could be in danger. And it was then that Yuichi had made that comment. It's like, oh, I don't have any loved ones left, so you ain't got to worry about me. Which made me think, okay, the dad is somehow involved in this fake, and maybe Shiho, I don't know, in this fake Tomodachi game.
Yeah. I
People,
do think so.
they could have easily been the ones to take out Tenji's dad and Shiba's dad at this point.
Yeah. No, I do agree. They're just for some reason something related to the Tomodachi game and like that they're taking people out.
I don't know.
So we need more information. I like another season, more information, more backstories here and there. We shall see.
We shall see. But at least I know you and I are on the same page. If we were ever abducted into a Tomodachi
I
game.
mean, I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning this game. Like, who is out here kidnapping me, and whose debt do I have to pay? Like, what?
Right. If it was just the two of us, we'd both be looking at each other like, you got debt? Why didn't
Like
you tell
my
me
credit
about
card's
it?
paid, I think. But I could very well piss someone off. That part, I don't know.
Ah, if that's the case, if we got that friend group that we had when we were studying abroad, it's game over. We all lose.
Oh man.
I have faith in my friendships, y'all. Strong faith in my friendships. But if we were ever put in a game like this, that strong faith might waver a little bit. I'm just gonna be 100% honest.
Honestly, before the betrayal, before the, like anything wavering, I would bank it to stupidity for me. Like I'd be like, all some one of y'all is just messing up and not on purpose, probably because you don't understand the rules.
Oh my gosh. I could just see you arguing with everybody. Like, I know you understand these rules, okay? They speak in English. Like,
No, I'm thinking, who is it? Can you read? Read the directions. And then it's like, oh no, there's too many directions. Like, wait a minute. Did I make the mistake? Oh, wait, it might have been me. Sorry, guys.
we need somebody like Yuichi on our team.
Yeah, no,
And
we
that
need a
would not
Yuichi
be me.
because I need somebody to just tell me what to do. I'm good at following directions, but when there's too many rules, no, that's too hard. That's too much. I can't keep track of all that.
We need somebody to find the loopholes in all the games.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think I could even properly follow the game just following the game. I was confused watching the show. So I'm assuming if I had to play, I'd be even more confused.
My gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this week's episode. You guys let us know if you and your best friends were ever trapped in a game like Tomodachi game. Are you guys surviving?
Yeah.
Is your friendship surviving? And which one of you is the mastermind? And which one of you is the traitor? Thanks again so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us on our socials, Instagram and TikTok at Anime Sekai Podcast. And we will catch you guys next week for another brand new episode of Anime Sekai Podcast. Thanks, guys, so much, and have a great rest of your week. Bye,
Bye
guys.
guys.